The CEO method, the 3 steps to building a business that you can trust. Everybody wants a business, but the real question is, would you shop at your own business? I'm Angie. I'm your favorite journaling mentor, and I've been in business for almost 15 years. And not only have I built businesses, but I've also helped others just like you start from the ground up. And sometimes we come up with these amazing ideas, right? But you kind of know your character is shaky because you've done some unquestionable things, but you've changed. Like we all change for the good, hopefully. But I want to ask you this one question. Are you currently building a business that you would trust? That you would trust like an Apple user trusts Apple? Or a Coca-Cola drinker has no issue in going to buy a Coke? Are you building that brand trustworthy business? So let's jump in with the 3 ways to find out. The first step is really clarifying your foundation. Like easy clear is like blue ocean crystal clear. Not the logo, not the branding, all those pretty colors you kind of put together on your brand sheet. The identity. The identity that you start the business with and it continues to grow outside of you. So, what these things would include is who you are, like who you are as a person, not just as a business owner, but your characteristics. Most of the time, our first buyers are our family and friends. They're the one we're testing stuff out on. They're the one that's been trusting us for the last couple of years that we use them for guinea pigs, right? What problem did you solve for them that translates into what problem do you solve for the client you're trying to get? Like they go hand in hand. Who do you serve? Do you know who you serve? Do you know the problem and the person that identifies the most with that problem? We all have the same problems, right? Some of us don't. But when you find the person that you're serving and the problem and they match, it's like eating a warm piece of pie with the ice cream on top, right? You really want to discover what you're building for real in real time. And then that'll allow you to kind of set the identity, the clarity, like I said before, the clarity in the blue ocean of a business that you can trust yourself and now your customers can trust as well. Let's talk about step number 2. This is the step that the gurus don't talk about. They skip over it. They assume we know. They assume we were kind of grandfathered into a business and they say, yeah, check in the classroom and video number 3, and it shows you about the 15 minutes of steps that you have to take. Reality is, you don't know what the steps are. You don't know how to prepare for the steps. And I'm here to let you know that these are the most important steps. Do not skip over them. They are like insurance to your business. So I'm going to name a few of these steps, right? They're not all the steps, but they are the most important ones. And they're your EIN. It's kind of like your identity, the identity to your business, your social security number to your business. That's how people get to track it and kind of give you money based on what pulls up under that EIN, all of that good stuff. Your LLC, and other people, it might not be a LLC. It might be an S corp or a C corp or something else that they're building that's bigger than an LLC. But you have to set this foundation. It's kind of like a non-negotiable. Do you got a business bank account? Yes, I'm talking to you. Do you have a bank account that is tied to that name, to that EIN, to that LLC? That's the simple question, but it gives us so much foundation. It allows us to build like a true business. This is the part that we all think we can keep up with ourselves. And some of us do very well because we're just naturally like good organizers. But this is the bookkeeping part. If you're using Wave, Wave is a free app, right? It kind of calculates all our transactions and separates them, whichever account you put in, right? But if you have not even started there, you probably need to hire a CPA or a tax professional. And the reason is It's after about year 2 or 3, it can get real messy, and you don't wanna get that messy when you can start the foundation of starting it out right. And last but not least, we gonna talk about your digital home, the website, the place where you put all your advertising, your Facebook, and for me, it would be my school community. Don't let that, like, leave and play in the background. We wanna bring it to the forefront as part of the foundational piece. That's why this part is important, and nobody really wants to talk about it because it's not sexy. It's kinda boring if you're not into this kind of stuff. So do not leave it out. I'm your girl. If you need some help, come join the school community. But I'm telling you, don't leave this part of business out. Step number 3 is what it looks like when you kind of got a rhythm, right? And you're constantly doing the same things over and over again, but they're actually producing results. Sometimes it takes a minute for the momentum to catch up, just like you have a little snowball, right? And the snowball keeps rolling down the hill and it's gathering more and more snow, right? The reason it rolls into a big ball is because it caught speed along the end of the hill. And right now, we're just talking about doing the reps, setting the rhythm, setting the tone that you like, that allows you to hire out, that allows you to become a real CEO. And when I say real, we're not talking about, millions and millions of dollars, but being the boss of your company. And what that looks like is your company sellable at the end of the day? Did you build a solid foundation that allows you to go from an idea to making a transaction with someone else where they're like, this is a good idea and it's a good foundation. Don't skip this step. Set the rhythm, set the tone, set the schedule. Make sure that you work on your business, not just in it. Don't make it where you're kind of fighting for the clients, right? Make sure that you're building a business that solves the problem, that attracts the people, but it's on a rhythm base. It's a repeatable process. You can kind of do it over and over again because that's what makes it easier for you to hire out to somebody else. And I know I can go on and into different parts of business, but I wanted you to understand that this right here, the rhythm of your business, the when you check in, when you do your journal prompts, is the most important because I think we just kind of throw spaghetti at the wall. But I want you to be able to not just throw spaghetti at the wall, intentionally know that the spaghetti is done and now it can go in the sauce because you understand the process and the rhythm. So let's summarize everything that we just talked about. I want you to be able to know that you can set the clarity straight, right? We can know who we're talking to, know what we're selling. We can set the system, the structure, the things that brings us the income, right? Set the business foundation because that's important. But the most important would be making sure you set a rhythm so that you don't experience burnout, so that you can hire out, so that you can grow and serve your people, your community, the reason that you're solving a problem or bringing entertainment or filling someone's stomach, whatever it is, you might just be bringing joy, right? Your business might be joy. I actually know somebody that business is built around bringing joy to their clients. Amazing concept, right? And she gets hired all the time. But I want you to know whatever your business is, it needs to have a rhythm, and especially a rhythm of you showing up for your business, not just in it. So if you are looking for a community or some support, and you just might need to ask yourself, where do I start? You can join the group. And one of the first things that you get is a 7 question where you kind of like, what stage am I at? Do I have a rhythm? Is this a viable business? Like, answer the questions, grab the freebie, and discover in the season before the end of the year, is your business ready to be fundable?